I don't know how I ended up getting talked into this, but it's Colonel Sanders now. Go ahead and say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Wow.
I take full responsibility.
God, you're already laughing.
Probably also my fault a lot.
I don't know what I'm getting into for this.
As soon as you fucking turn stream on, it starts buffering. God damn you, stream.
Okay. That's louder than I thought it was.
Damn it.
Ugh. That should be okay. I'll just go ahead and close that. Okay.
Biscuits and chicken.
I'm okay with that.
Loading screen.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the best thing you could do with food is just take the
There they
biscuit,
go.
open it up a little bit, put mashed potatoes and gravy in the biscuit, and then just eat it
Turn
on
to
your
the biscuits.
fast.
My god. The hell is this?
And
What's this button do?
Arik trying to be the main
I
character.
don't know what that button does.
I don't want to touch it because it might be like autoplay.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a
it is
thing.
actually.
You sleep
Nani?
softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Now! Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Fuck you, clock. I'm in bed forever. You slept through the school year, gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. I win!
There we go! Hey, look, that stream's over, guys!
I wish I could sleep for a year.
Oh no. Can we end it there?
I don't think
I
I'm
don't
allowed
like
to.
this.
Hope. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No.
Okay, we'll try it again. Even though my response is I give up.
You continue for our amusement.
Yeah, apparently. James, keep an eye on the stream because I can't have that window open right now.
I got it open.
I already read this.
God, you guys like to see us
Smack
suffer.
that clock, up and at 'em! Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at this prestigious University of Cooking School. Academy of Learning. The prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Yeah.
Yes.
Your mind begins to wander. Who'll be there? What will you cook? What will you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. Come on. Take it seriously. Get up. Better be sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Fuck this name. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Oh, Miriam.
Go, babe.
No, I can't even see the fucking thing.
I think it's
Holy
blurry
shit.
for everybody.
I'm sorry.
Like, I literally can't see a damn thing.
Doing the best I
I
can.
just- Good morning, Eric. Blah 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 day.
Are you excited for the first day?
Oh my god, this
Is it not
so
legible at all?
bad.
What's going on?
It's really bad.
Yeah, it's pretty blurry.
It's
Stop it.
Wonder...
I get what it's saying now, but until you read that bit, I had no idea.
Hmm.
I wonder if there's a thing I can do.
Maybe if I just turn it off and on. Let's put it down to there.
I don't know. I tried restarting my end. It didn't.
Well, I turned it off. Because I'm trying
know,
to
I
make
was
it work.
just-
Lower the frame rate on it, shouldn't be a matter. That might help too, maybe not. If this is illegible, tell me. If it can be read, by all means.
Yeah,
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Much better.
Okay.
that better.
So who wants to be Miriam?
You or me, hope. You or me.
I don't want to be a part of this at all.
Go!
You or me, hope. You or me.
You didn't have to answer the call.
James said I have
She
to
did.
be here.
She did.
He ain't your boss.
No, but I can
Go.
annoy her and pester her.
I'm not
Go.
gonna
Anyway, go ahead.
say
Sick ass music.
anything.
Good morning, Eric. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives?
Actually, I'm...
Because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous.
What's the...
It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail?
Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Well, ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great.
But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning famous 3-day only semester, I'm afraid of being left behind and never.
Sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her or help, or change the subject to give her some relief?
How aggressive of a kiss does that have to be?
Who's
Jesus.
Come on, Miri, we can do this. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read?
The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget.
I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And the other one featuring the handsome fellow in a red suit?
I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fella I could call my own.
And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease.
You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself?
Yes.
Dog.
You can definitely believe it. I can't. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out from your hands and onto the ground.
Hey!
Ashley? It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley.
The drumsticks on the leggings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Don't sound so happy about
Got
it.
some- She has thighs on
god.
her
No
thighs.
momental.
You took too long taking Miriam. Now you got Ashley, babe.
I got that. I get that. I was just trying to take off my
I
hood.
tried to help you.
To be honest, I tried watching somebody else play this and I kind of prefer her.
Come on, just be mean to me. It's exactly what you want to do.
Do it. Do it.
That's
You
a James job. Anyway.
Hey, I'm not a mean person.
Just like that.
Stop laughing, you're making me laugh. Back off.
I'm just gonna be myself because I can't.
Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Or is that shins? Yeah.
You leave Eric's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins.
Can't stand her. Even her name's annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone.
I was wondering about that.
If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us.
Okay.
We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Madman, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working at his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes.
Van Van.
I fucking told
you were
you!
born to play.
It feels like a Matt character.
This is the character you were born to play, Matthew. More than Scott.
100%.
You should stop laughing first. I wasn't expecting that much, Ponaroff.
I told you he looked like Ponyarf! I fucking told you, dude!
Release your inner JoJo, Matt.
You ring.
You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students.
Hate my life. I know, right? I think they...
Dude, not I'd.
Oh. You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now.
Hold on, I'm trying to read. Well, maybe hire us. Ah, shit, that was the wrong one. I don't know what I did the last one.
Seductive.
I don't do that well. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I went to read it and it turned blurry halfway through.
It doesn't like what you're doing, apparently.
No, apparently not.
With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam.
See you later, losers.
God, I kind of want to
As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. What?
I can't not recommend this one for me.
I think this disturbs Strig's voice.
Go, Yanks.
No, I
You are
can't.
this monster.
Yes.
I can't do Strig's voice. I'll voice the kid, but I can't do Strig's voice. It'll throw my throat out before the night's over.
Okay.
I'm already
I'm
getting over a
voicing
cold.
pops
It's
up.
not gonna work. Oopsie. I think it's broken.
You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick.
I
Oh.
love you.
Think you mean thanks?
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Arik. So, are you gonna make me hold the door all day?
Nope.
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me, or is he kinda cute?
I think it's just you. You'll shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium in front of the class. Adorable.
You're adorable.
That nearly broke Eric there for a second.
Now, quiet down, everyone.
Mother.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class?
You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL.
Please call me Professor
Oh
Dog.
my goodness.
I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof.
What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, a wind begins to rush around as you...
Oh no. Oh,
rush
no,
around
no.
you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
I'm chilly. Someone close the window.
And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. You knew anyone...
Hey,
Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still.
It's him. It's
if it isn't my favorite student, Harland.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence.
Now, this is the most important choice in the game. Who voices Colonel Sanders?
You know
Oh,
what's really
no.
tempting?
Who can do
Insane
seductive?
old man voice.
I wanna die!
Please, call me Colonel!
This is happening.
No!
I love it.
Colonel Sanders!
A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly the room is faltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone's looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong.
Oh god. Dog.
It's his dog.
Also, tell me that motherfucker doesn't pose like Dio. Tell me.
Hey, they said time stopped still when he entered the room.
Exactly my point.
Arik just doesn't have a stand, so he can't see it.
Go for babe.
And this over here must be...
Sweaty, sweats a lot.
okay. Okay. Sweaty sweats a lot. It's just got...
It's a
It's-
stupid insult.
It's just really blurry.
And maybe we should open that window back up. Before... What the heck? Before faucet pits melts into puddle and evaporates entirely.
God, I love her.
Hold on just a sec. Nobody talks to my friend like that.
You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults?
Besides, when Arik sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer.
I'm just gonna
God.
clean myself up.
You shimmer.
It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot. Hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules.
Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There may even
Oh.
be a really adorable tiny food.
Who's that guy on the back wall?
All said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena.
You have angered the pupper.
Who is
Oh.
that? And why are they just there?
It's just some
Is he
random
the
dude.
owner? Is he the CEO?
No, that's him. That's the dog.
No,
Go
I
on.
think it's
Nicolas
KFC.
Cage.
I want it to be
See
the
it well
cage.
Yeah.
Time to go full cage.
It's Doge.
Okay.
Nicholas Steel Cage match.
Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech.
I have... What? What would this guy's voice even be?
Something
Eric,
weird.
I have a third role now in this guy. Is this what you're telling me?
Dirt. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's 3.
Matt, go.
I'll take it.
I'm trying to think of a voice to do for him. What?
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss.
Okay, Max, you're him forever.
Quiet.
Him and his freaky hands.
He's trying to play the piano.
Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher.
Everyone stares at him blankly.
He's a browbeat.
Does nobody remember me? I'm
You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you, students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels.
You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance.
Who wants to be the robot?
Who's always the robot?
That's what I was thinking. He's being silent.
The class bursts into laughter.
Oh, Clank, you rascal.
Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Big sniff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decided to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind?
Beef treat.
Chicken.
I was gonna go chicken.
2 votes chicken.
Okay.
If we do another round or something, then I'll be more open to other things.
Okay.
Reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. I can't fucking talk, and I'm the goddamn narrator. His favorite.
Well. I think there might be some competition for new star student.
The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool.
I wasn't expecting this many lines from the dog.
Well, he's the professor.
He's a teacher.
Surprise.
You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibility of culinary creation.
Just a heads up, if this turns into an actual game at any point, I will be woefully unprepared.
It doesn't
someone
get much more than
has
this.
200 hours of it played on Steam.
They'd have that for everything, though. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain.
Hey, Arik! There's still a seat here!
It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me if you're interested.
I'm gonna go sit by Miri. Move to take your seat by Miri.
I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class.
Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by?
Colonel Sanders? He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better.
I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got a whole 3 days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Mary mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast. It's time for a pop quiz.
Yay! A quiz about me!
This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for a life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
This
a
is
lot.
testing.
A lot. That includes you, you
This-
tiny little monster.
This
ahead.
is just testing. This is how testing goes.
Correct.
Forest is to tree, as chicken is to.
Feather, I guess.
What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
The god of spork.
What food is best for a broken heart?
Camel meat.
It might be. You never know.
But they can
Hey,
prepare
man,
camel
remember
meat
that
with love,
tenderizer
and not
that
too
just
much
sat
salt.
there for like 2 years?
What?
You remember that meat tenderizer that just sat there forever?
Oh my god. I don't think anybody ever bought it.
No, someone stole it.
That's right. It sat there for 2 years and then got stolen.
I take it a meat tenderizer wasn't where it was supposed to be?
It wasn't even a meat tenderizer. It was a power
It
tool.
was
It
just
like
a
a meat
seasoning.
tenderizer. It was a drill attachment.
Oh god.
It was
Had
something.
no price label on it. It was just there.
I dread to think that that's now in use.
The importance is love, Dog Chef.
Is Sprinkles a good boy?
The best.
He's a talking dog that teaches at school. I'm saying he's the best, not solely because if I don't say anything else, he will eat me or kick me out. Total score is
Go on,
5 out of 5.
Perfect score.
Wow.
Perfect.
Be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed.
I know we just met, but I have to confess.
Honestly, the voice you're doing is not dissimilar from, like, the people that they pay to be on commercials as Colonel Sanders.
I think
Thank
he's
you
just
for
missing the southern accent part with it.
Exactly.
And it'll be perfect.
I think you have a beautiful brain.
Ah, diggity. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. I don't want them.
You're gonna get him.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make.
Can you make it not sound dirty, James?
But that's the point.
That's the whole point.
Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
I just realized that I didn't eat today.
Oh, rip. Oh, everyone. I forget what. Hold on.
You-
Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No.
What's going on?
I just wanted to apologize for my tardy. I was.
Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Oh,
Hey, I was.
It's about lunch.
Everyone cheers.
Woo! But I. Shh.
damn.
Lunch! Lunch! Lunch!
See, she said, shh.
In honor of our new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
Yes!
That must be what? That must be the smell I smelled.
Indeed, that smell.
You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You heard he's very talented, but were the rumors true?
Look at this man!
Is this?
He's gorgeous.
Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head, its contents glimmer in the light.
Thirsty bitches.
I'm more gorgeous. This is more gorgeous than Colonel Sanders right now, if I'm,
I'm
being
very
honest.
thirsty for chicken.
Piled high are huge
Bro,
pieces of
man.
chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel safe and warm.
I'm so hungry.
Same.
Order KFC.
Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket
You can.
with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating.
Oof.
For years, I have been developing a secret technique recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve my perfect balance of flavors.
You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can.
But that's all I'll say about that.
Deal.
What do you think we want? Your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. Hold on, that is really blurry.
Yeah, it went
That's
real blurry.
horrid.
It went JoJo, and it went blurry.
It's the moving stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just-
It's slowly clearing up.
It's too fabulous.
It's just too much.
His dashing good looks broke the.
I'm just drifting. I cannot read.
Nope.
What does it say? I don't think go from that.
Want me to take over for this one?
I mean, just tell me what it says and I can repeat.
Just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him.
I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him.
He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. What happened to his face? Is this his true form?
He used up all of his fabulous in that instant. He must recharge.
Ow, 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 ow.
I think he's just.
You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Yeah, and I was just, like, writing in my diary. I am... No. The words that I swore to myself I'd never say, I am being forced to say. Fuck!
Yes, you are.
Don't do that.
Mood apathetic.
I really don't want to do this!
Get to it. We want to finish this by tonight. Come on.
Dear diary, today I smell something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender.
You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself.
Oh, please.
Well, Van, the madman. If you don't want any.
His name.
I'll take his.
Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it.
He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold into pure exhilaration to act unimpressed.
Look at his hair.
Let's go.
Easy now. That's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in.
You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's
What?
amazing.
Why does it have parentheses?
Tasting Colonel Sanders'
I
food
wonder.
transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Jesus Christ.
Come on, Arik.
Swim toward the
Ow.
light. Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach toward the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer. Closer. Until your fingertip connects. Until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You're forever lost in land tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no Arik now. There is only herbs and spices. The Miriam tries to revive you. She cannot. Game over. Shit.
Rip.
Yeah, I forgot to mention.
Wait, do we have
There's
to
a
restart
lot
the
of
whole game?
I hope not.
I'm sure we do.
Yeah, we do.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, we
Oh
don't.
no.
Okay.
I thought we did. Never mind.
That's a pause menu.
Okay. It's a bucket of chicken, is what it is.
Okay, at least you can skip back to the option.
Jojo.
My screen
And
is
it-
having a fucking spaz attack.
I'm going to steal this chicken. Focus your mind and meditate on the moment. Identify every flavor. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Maybe the 11 herbs and spices are just salt, 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 MSG, salt. Pepper? Too obvious.
Hey, you forgot salt.
No, I had... Yeah, you're right. I only counted to 10.
You did.
Oregano,
Oh my
basil,
God.
maybe, but there's something else. Something dark. Something spicy. You dig deeper, deeper, deeper. Even deeper still, until you find it. Could it be?
You motherfuckers who made
Oh,
this.
bitches.
He really did it. How bold, how adventurous. To use. And try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors. But this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it, and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one notices that you've traveled through space and time.
They're on their own trip.
After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. I approach the Colonel. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as it was my only option. Ever so softly as you approach, he stops what he's doing and allows you to break his silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Oh.
Anything for a fellow chef.
What exactly was on that?
Ha ha ha! How bold to come out and ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an idea I had for a new combination
No.
of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal.
It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I got some of my own and I'd be willing to trade.
What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other.
That slight brow raise.
And the like
This like slight
irritated
scowl.
mouth on his face. Like the irritated.
He'd go and deal
Lip
on
up.
you guys.
He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun?
You've got moxie, I'll give you that.
Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone. and then leans in. You can feel this warm breath as he whispers.
Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use something my great grandmother taught me.
What the
Wow.
fuck was that sound?
You've never guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. And that definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. Oh, he told me about salt. While you're wrapped up in the huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared, while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. You find him outside, staying in the quad.
Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated.
It sounds like you have big plans.
I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that.
And 4,000 statues in a single country.
Alone together for the first time, you figure now's the perfect moment to show your personality to him.
Motherfucker.
Nick him. Impose dominance.
Let's see here, I can either try to belittle the Colonel, who can probably just toss me through any given window. Mess with the chicken recipe, which obviously is perfect, so I can't do that. So let's be modest but thoughtful. That sounds vague
Careful.
enough.
Or his stand will show up.
Well, I just wanted to tell you I enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex, but comforting, interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. Perfect.
I appreciate the compliment. Eric,
I'm sure you'll be a big success.
I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon.
You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no! We have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it?
You're not gonna blow anything,
That sounds wrong.
except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans. You're gonna crowd of fans you're gonna earn with your signature adorably tiny food creations.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson. Hurry up, or off.
Robert, you get really far from the mic.
I haven't moved.
Yes, it sounds
it,
of
it
it.
knocked you out though.
Yeah, the microphone disconnected for a second. And then
For
reconnected right at the
today's
end.
lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Oh, microphone said
Naturally,
no.
Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. No, what?
Damn.
Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you, if it wasn't clear. You wanna be my partner?
Sure, Arik. I'll prepare our station.
I don't agree with this. What's going on? I'm sorry. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner.
Meep, meep, bzz.
Oh my! Two potential partners? I'm so sorry, Jensen. But I don't know who to choose.
The robot's nervous.
Oh,
It blinks. That's disturbing.
It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner?
Clank.
Well, that thing's a shit, and I feel like it may try to do something dumb.
I mean,
So I'm going
Hold
robot.
on.
I
Look
think
at the
it's
face on the
best.
robot right now.
He's nervous.
Look
Pop
at
is
that face.
Pop is a pretty good cook.
There's nothing inside of
Look
his
at
brain,
Clank's
though.
face.
And the robot.
Look
His
at
eyes are empty.
I say robot.
I mean, yeah, robot's good.
Sorry,
I like
Pop,
robot.
but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
It's okay. I already ate.
What? It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of the school is, even at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Nip, nip, nip.
Hold on there, fella. You don't even know the assignment yet.
Technically, Clank might have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Zzz.
Tissue, I hardly know you.
Clank judders, and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection.
He's fallen.
Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
All right, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
I thought it was normally flint and some other rock.
You're right.
Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough, fans. You don't need to cook it. Using octopus will blow his mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and crave. Huh.
I wonder.
It's
Always mashed potatoes and gravy.
it's an advertisement, and I love it.
Let's take a chance. Octopus time.
No.
I was thinking about trying something exotic. Maybe a dish that incorporates octopus in some way.
Ah, you're an idiot.
I'm more of a down-home type of chef myself. What about something that, go with me here, walks on land?
Actually, there are certain species of octopus that do leave the water. For instance, have you heard of the Adopus it leaves the water to hunt for crab?
Achilles.
An octopus that walks upright and hunts crabs. Now I've heard everything. The world is a truly marvelous place, isn't it?
Look at his disappointed face.
Oh shit.
Ah, shit. Heavy metal music.
Octopus? Crap. It sounds like you're describing one of my signature dishes. Are you trying to steal my thunder?
I hate this so much.
Go.
Boys, what's with all of the hostility? Has the
Competition.
competition been moved up to today?
How dare you try to muscle in on my culinary territory? Nobody better touch the cephalopod without going through me first.
Oh,
I think there's been a misunderstanding. Nobody's muscling in on any mollusk. We're simply discussing today's assignment.
You can
I
cut the tension in
appreciate
here
that
with
joke.
chef's knife, which makes sense because chef's knives are usually pretty sharp. Look, we were just talking. I'll happily step back from any and all seafood. You know what? I'm just gonna make mashed potatoes and gravy. I know my grandma's recipe by heart. Keep the tinkles. If you get the peel and boil potatoes to try and extricate yourself from this thorny situation, but your new rivals aren't having it.
I doubt that you've ever heard capability. Wait, I read that wrong, sorry. I doubt you even have the capabilities to work with ingredients so delicate. You should probably stick to microwavable dishes. Why is he crying? Oh, that's why he's crying.
Just have fun with it, Hope.
I'm going to ignore that comment.
That's just rude.
I'm not having fun. Leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Unlike my friend Van Van, though he may be the man, I hate that. I have no doubts whatever. I know. Whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worth admiration. After all, I fucking...
Why do you hate
You're-
my nickname? Sorry.
Your fried chicken is quite a bit
Spectacular.
spectacular. I can't read whatsoever today for some reason.
Face change.
That's this though. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you then. This thing that has what?
Positioned.
Positioned itself into your station. Good Jesus.
Yeah.
Where the hell
fighting
did into
words.
come to?
What?
It said at your station, not into your station.
Alright. Don't you feel a bit wow. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a... I did not see that part of the sentence. I hate that. Like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out.
She wants this drumstick.
Oh my god, no! Shit! And if
Everyone
Arik-
is the Colonel stick.
And if Arik and Van Van are both so inclined to the sea, perhaps they should go there together.
Yes, join the man.
Fucking hate my life.
Ashley, are you suggesting that I share the secrets of my special saltwater sauce with a novice? I'm disappointed in all of you.
Ashley's really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly.
Get faced out.
Let's bring in more characters! Miri, save me! Turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's in need radar is second to none. Girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over.
Is somebody threatening my friends? I will destroy them!
Jesus
I
Christ.
actually think that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving.
Leaving you in the dust. Vice versa. That's not right. Doesn't
Vis-a-vis.
I don't know. Vis-a-vis my skills as a chef.
Just looked at Miriam's face. That's the face of someone
She
who's
gives
ready
no
to fight.
shits. She gives no shits about what you're saying. She's ready to throw some hate.
There is combat music playing, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Fucking heavy metal music at the ass.
I can't
Oh.
do the music currently.
Well, I have
Perhaps,
Twitch open as
but-
well, watching this and making sure what's going on.
but stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. God, Jesus.
Miriam, you're a new friend, but Arik is my partner for today's activity.
You look for Sprinkles and hope he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis in their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, but plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. Angry microphone.
I love how you just smoothly segued through common.
I know just what to do.
Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment's electric. Time stands still.
If you love something, set it free.
Together, you dig the utensils into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face!
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was not expecting that.
Right into your stupid, beautiful face.
Van Van! Do something! Do something!
Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
I like to think he just walked over and just kind of like one finger just wiped some off the side of her face and walked away.
Huh.
Hold on right there, Arik. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena.
Oh no!
Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
At this point,
That
he just
has
turns and
potato
smashes a
face.
bowl. At this point, he just walks over and smashes a bowl on Colonel Sanders'
Van
face.
Van
There he
rushes
goes.
back over, a covered dish in hand.
Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic!
Fuck?
In just a
Battle
few
axe.
moments. It is a battle axe, I didn't realize that. I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus, and my milky saltwater sauce.
To be honest, that
Plated
actually
on a
kind of looks
battle.
good.
Plated on a battle axe blade, forged by my supreme chef ancestors. Oh, he's ready to
Lord.
fight.
For too long long. That now it is I who will have first fight, and you will all look on with envy.
I like the picture he just gets stuck in his pose when he gets interrupted.
The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No! Don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The result could be toxic.
Too late, it's been eaten.
Useless. I think I left something in the oven.
Both of his feet are up.
Mm-hmm.
He's
That's
flying.
no- Yeah. His muscles are glorious enough to hold him in the air.
Feels so good.
It killed him.
Oh no.
Everyone, step back. Don't take another bite.
He still blinks.
He still has his hands up.
When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is immediately back to his oblivious self.
Yes.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class
Oh my
has
God.
gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. Class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
I'm not sure the professors here haven't make enough.
Hello. I just turned into a ghost version.
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all of his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home.
What? Like, for real? Oh, come on.
You felt like Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly.
Those mashed potatoes you made in class today.
Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them.
They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with.
Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders,
Yes, Arik?
there's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there.
Oh, god damn it.
There is something I need to tell you first.
Oh, jeez.
You see, when I was a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working towards that dream. Day and night, never stopping. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like, so many weights.
We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts. That our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star.
Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one trying to say inspirational stuff and be the star of this story.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that.
I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name?
Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh.
Oh my god.
Forget him! We're talking about me! Me! I'm the hero! Oh my god.
Who are Spork Monster? James, our
Well,
Spork
under
Monster.
Okay.
The spork monster is here to fight a hero.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds.
How dare you threaten me? Just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level.
Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster. See?
His right is he's is he's rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based battle sequence. What will you do? Block. Let me see what I'm dealing with. Decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. Close your eyes tight, but then open one just enough to squint and see the spork monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. Fine then. My turn. You decide to go on the attack. Fuck you. Chow down. Chow down does 2 damage. The fire in your belly made you stronger. Spork monster's feeling really threatened by your attack. Spork monster focuses her mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack do you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork monster uses Ultra Utensil. Utilitensile. Yeah. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive. Attack. Decide to go on the attack again. Cook with Love. Does 1 damage. Spork monster's oozing cheese sauce onto the lawns of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge.
Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here.
Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Punch.
Pinch.
Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork monster's defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork monster spews steam into the night.
It is your choice.
What will you do, Arik?
I could use a few extra sporks. Finish him. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong shift. Attack. Ready your final attack. You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction.
Oh my god.
Does 10 damage.
Good.
Spork monster is
Lord.
completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe.
The strongest force.
You continue to surprise me, Eric.
The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the my god.
You can summon the golden cuckoo.
Oh God, no, don't.
You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside.
I'm sorry, what, Meg?
The golden cock.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
The last name to have sounded out is Borko.
Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar.
Your blood's pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding on the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home, and you're tired that you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your law of dreams are weird. Snoring sounds.
No. Oh no. What is that meant?
They're all right at his drumsticks.
You wake on day 2, and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used... And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like him? Like?
I know it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him I like. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
No, but that does make sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at his school. He didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade.
Thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new guy. Like I am with the Colonel.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now?
Not by my choice. This is me, Arik, personally.
What would you have done? Go to the Holy Bible there?
We definitely connected yesterday.
You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you? I guess.
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not, then why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second secret ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Ah.
Yeah, I just said that, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing.
So, this summer while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached in this botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
Okay.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I've ever.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pals. I bet he would love to know about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know. It came from you, or from Colonel Sanders.
What do you think? Should you protect the Colonel's secret, or share it with your bestie?
Protect the Colonel's secret.
Where's the option to tell her the ingredient that I discovered on my own? Because that one's the safe one. Well, I'm not gonna lie to her. So.
God damn it.
Why are
Okay.
you like this?
Good friend.
I'll tell you, but it has to stay secret. Miriam nods furiously. He told me he used it. Never would have guessed that, would you? Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you imagine that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air.
Oh, no.
It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. gonna stand back.
I'm
Colonel
on a
Sanders.
horse!
Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he has a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You're so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently.
Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home.
You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseable beauty you have! Horseable... I said it twice. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you.
Okay, Eric, just gets really nervous around people like.
That's not helping.
I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it.
She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a gal for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. But the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming.
Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax? Fuck.
It's not like I care what you two are doing, I'm just gonna try to, get it right.
Sorry.
You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them.
Oh god, the hair. It's getting taller.
Babe, go.
I can barely see it right now. That's why I didn't say anything. It's Empire?
Emperor.
Emperor. Okay. I fucking barely see the damn thing. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules?
Is there something actively wrong with the screen share? Has it, degraded?
I have not had a problem
Yeah.
since
It's
the fucking...
just my computer. The damn thing's 12 years old.
Ow.
It hates everything.
I don't.
Since you did the reset, the only problem I've
And I'm
had
not
was
sure you know a good meal if it ate you.
Say again, Robert.
mine's been fine. The only issue I had was when he went full JoJo there and the screen was having the background.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was the only issue I had.
Okay. Another one for Ashley.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes
Panache.
panache.
It's not exactly a common word.
God, I'm so freaking illiterate.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little
Look at that eyeliner.
evil muscles.
Look at that eyeliner.
You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret.
You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
He's earned it.
We're playing.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Emperor. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot.
Oh no!
Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts.
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Just
pressure
rap.
cooker.
Oh, angry.
Oh, angry robot. Angry bot. Who
Hold
do
on,
you
I got an
think
angry
you're-
microphone time.
Oh no.
Sorry. I'm just kidding.
Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. What the fuck is a stand mixer?
Oh.
Indie bot.
No, your mother was a stand mixer.
Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room.
You're right, it is Polnareff.
Oh my god. Okay.
That doesn't look innocent at all, though.
Protect me? Is that what that says?
Yes.
Okay. Little bit blurry. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. This crazed man are about come
To come to blue.
booze.
Blue.
Hello.
I know.
Let it work.
I know. I just fucked it
Order.
up. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
Muda.
I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. God, her eyes though.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know this is a ruse, right?
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Okay. Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but also a dog.
Students, yes. Please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent my morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Stop typing, babe.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do.
Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Arik,
Naturally, this appears to you to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample?
Duck biscuit.
The glass of water seems too safe. The dog biscuit is his. I'll take a chance on a pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out and grab it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip to the universe.
My friend. Oh.
This guy? Again?
I'm here to give you an important message. Oh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is say to fulfill your destiny. All you got to do is
Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine. I'll work.
Cough.
To fulfill
Cough.
the prophecy
Cough, cough.
must.
You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness.
No.
You come true and find everyone is staring at you. Quick thing. Max, I think that your sensitivity for picking you up might be a little bit below where you're talking with that character, because they're cutting out a lot. You might want to just check that.
For me, it's cutting out when, like, literally just her last word of every line, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to.
It's a sensitivity thing. If it's anything, that or it's connection. It sounds like it's sensitivity, though.
It is sensitivity, but she can't change the sensitivity to have to speak louder. Because on the phone, you can't change the sensitivity
Yeah, you
automatically. Not on
Hey,
mine.
Ken.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the passive thing. Hopefully it doesn't come up again. You come to and find everyone is staring at you.
That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth. And now, it's gone. Forever.
You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on! It's time for lunch!
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared.
By a timid?
Timed.
Timed.
Cool.
By a timed competitive cook-off.
The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Let's fucking do this! A bit of lunchtime
She has a
competition, eh?
cleaver.
Yeah, she does have a cleaver.
On a chain.
It is on a
Oh
chain.
dear.
Or at least it has
Here's
a chain.
competition.
Count me in. I have to wipe the tables of you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it.
Oh, dog.
I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool.
Good. One, Van. I like your gumption, Arik. I'll be watching your performance.
Just as things reach boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students. Please settle down. It's a lunchroom, not a sporting.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
Ew.
At
Dog
least
fun.
not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge timer blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
That's what I'm talking about. A rule.
I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly, a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone's wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. These voices are hard to switch.
I'd imagine.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. And now is my chance to shine.
She got
I
a
will.
lot,
What?
got a lot of hearts on all of her fucking things everywhere, but she's a evil little bitch.
I will defeat you myself.
You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. How would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that?
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
I have my own motivation, thank you. Gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices? 11, because I got one wrong last time. That's right. Might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you've headed in the right direction.
Tail wagging intensifies.
Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? This. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on this advice and draw energy from that place. That'd be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from?
Small town.
Nowhere. That's right, this is your shot and you're not gonna miss it.
Only yum.
Try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What's the sound of success? Silence. That's right, when they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken in with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you, Arik.
It's fucking better. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now you can think about it as Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill it a little bit of this? This one. The timer was also really low. What were you thinking? Get your mind back to competition. Grr. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. What do you take? What a hunk. I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling.
Sorry, I forgot about the question. Fuck it. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken, delicate baked biscuits? I don't even think that
You
any
have
of these
no
are options. I think that they're just...
No, I read them.
I know.
They're all fuck you options. I
Okay,
read them.
good. Because I have about a split second to look at them and move my mouse.
I'm glad you can read that fast.
Whoop twice. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Yikes!
Oh, wow.
I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch.
Mhm.
I might not have any hands, but Arik does! And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You won't get far by going the easy way.
When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed.
Arik, no!
But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck and immediately crushed by the spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over.
No, it can't be. I was so close to finishing.
Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Erickson.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wild range of delights taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of
Excellent.
excellence. I was going to ask Arik to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this cream of delicate hot chocolate sauce would be too difficult. I have another hand, bitch.
I does.
Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredient hidden within.
Never mind, it doesn't look as good anymore. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb. Ice cream two ways. I know. Tender nougat, yeah. And pearls of blueberry
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say jelly.
I don't French. Sorry.
I know Japanese, not whatever this is.
You see, the thing is, though,
I'd try it.
it's fried cheese.
I don't like
I'd still
fried
try it.
cheese.
Also, that's just a straight bee honeycomb. Can't eat that.
Yeah, you can.
Mhm.
Not that good.
Fried
You can't.
cheese
Anyway,
basically
continue.
means like
It's just wax.
Delicious, chewy, honey-filled wax.
Anyway,
Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
oh, you?
As
Can
he
I point
places-
out this was for lunch, so we only have dessert now.
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. There is only internalizing. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face. Which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotion for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried eyebrows, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you a storm rages. To Colonel Sanders, he's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from the run-in with the mixer. And that small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser, not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef.
Failure is part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed in anything before?
That's exactly what I think.
Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in a colony school. Incredibly handsome. Successful. Motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way.
Oop, bitch.
Well, I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel.
I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster.
Bit.
Gorko the sport monster is here to fight a hero!
Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu?
I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already killed you last night.
That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them.
Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much extremely... we're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would.
I think what Arik is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies.
I suppose we don't really need to fight. It's just that I've gotten these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat. Don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes you and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. Toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth, and he devours it in one gulp.
We lost Max.
Nani?
Her thing was going weird for a second. You good?
Yeah.
Alright, we're good now.
Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who came upon... Who once came... What the... Alright. Who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were human once.
Well, no. I was a chinchilla. Or chihuahua? That's chihuahua, not chinchilla.
Congratulations.
I can't read the word. All I saw was chi, and I went straight to whatever the fuck I thought it was.
They're
It's
pretty
fine.
sim- They both.
But I was still a student at this school until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook.
Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through the sorcery and guile. What the fuck, words? If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. Fucking smart.
It sounds like there are some bad cookies in the kitchen of life. Arik, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss.
A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside the Sanders' home, you're surrounded by his things. You start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there's something. Just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel
I love
Sanders'
this.
eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's
I love this.
meant to pair with
So-
something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret, just for you?
Reveal the coleslaw.
He revealed it to you. It's only fair.
Arik gets to make the
Reveal.
choices.
See, the
This
thing
is a
is,
democracy, not a
thing
monarchy.
is-
Not
thing
really.
is-
If you-
thing
If
is,
you keep it a second, there could be a second urn on the table over there.
my god. See, the thing is, though, Sanders here, he's very clearly out for Sanders. Like, it's not really... He's very, very clearly doing things to better himself. Not so much the other people around him.
Don't ruin this. God damn.
There's a lot of endings. Let him find the ending he wants.
It's not. Shut up, Matt.
I think it behooves me to, for now, keep it...
You do you. I'm just fucking.
Keep it secretive. I've said too much. Forget I said anything. You can practically hear Colonel Sanders' heart beating in his chest. He tries to act demure, but his facade begins to crack.
I can appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I've got many. Nearly a dozen in my fried chicken recipe alone. But I would hope that you could learn to trust me with yours.
I suppose you did share an ingredient with me yesterday, so it would only be fair. Colonel Sanders' face grows serious.
Ah, yes, about that. You see,
Yeah?
I haven't been completely honest with you. The secret I told you was a fake.
Yay.
Oop.
Oh no,
And
the
you
ingredient you
told
shared
your
with me
friend.
wasn't true. You're angry with Sanders for lying, but the fact you revealed his secret shows that he was probably right to do so. You mean it wasn't one of the real 11 secret herbs and spices?
You see, we had only just met, and I had to make sure that you were truly trustworthy and capable of keeping the most important secret. To me, my recipes are priceless.
Well, in that case, the untrue secret was in fact shared.
Unfortunately, I already knew this. I was very disappointed. But now that you've come clean, we can start building over our relationship as fellow chefs again.
I'll be honest from here on out. Really?
I'm counting on you.
And in that case, I present to you coleslaw. Shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux Hideaway. I had this fully prepared just in my jacket or something, I guess.
You don't always carry coleslaw with you?
Eric, we know you keep coleslaw in your... Magnificent!
God damn it, Eric.
Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Your fucking mouse
mind if I
screen
hold on to this
confused
last
me as to
bite?
why my mouse wasn't moving.
I have to have it somewhere.
I know, but it being there just confused me as why my mouse wasn't moving, and I fucking lost it. I had no idea where it was.
Probably when I go I can, Robert. Sorry.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment.
Steal the recipe. You could offer to
Reverse
make him more,
engineering.
but it seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some
Colonel, is she-
snooping. What'd you say next?
So what? Your recipe.
I have
Thinking
to
out.
go reverse engineer this recipe with my mouth.
Max is very quiet. Time to do some
Very,
snooping.
very
Around the room are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Scented candle. Pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of 69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. Let's take a closer look at this urn sitting on a pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it out, you can read the inscription. It says, Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy.
Oof.
There is a live mule shoved into this jar. And by live,
Oh.
I mean very dead. What's this? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize the hair therein isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Must be where he keeps the secret recipe.
Yes.
You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders, then it dawns on you. soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? And then the door opens, so I'm assuming that if I click that, it is. Gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up.
Are you kidding about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see him in the middle of something? Open a window crack and see the ghost of student. He's swept out with a breeze.
Of course.
Notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note is clipped to the chicken's foot that reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken and drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. If you say so. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you'd think that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded. Am I right? No comment. Alright, so what's in this open door? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white coats hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. Jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. Yeah, making sure I read that right. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He's a new dish he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you.
Ah, crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. I'm cold. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a cold and thought it would do the thing. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace.
It's warm while I fire. Why don't you come a little closer?
Suddenly everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause, and you stop yourself. Colonel?
Now, boy, I say, boy.
I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence!
Snoring sounds.
You wake to find a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision to respond on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Today's a day that could change the rest of your life. As a matter of fact, I've tried to shut him out on every single opportunity. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe's a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted by Colonel Sanders when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
I was
It's
hoping you'd be shirtless.
Jesus Christ. No, it's meticulous.
Yes, we need to see shirtless Sanders.
You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say they were the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence. Such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift cookery? Fuck you. It's good, but
Oh,
my
shit.
mom made better. Yeah, Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Colonel,
I know what you're going to say. I need to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world.
A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window.
And with that, and with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner. To be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is run out the door and get home. There's still one more day at school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there, waiting for you.
Where have you been?
Hi.
Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I could get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
I think I can believe it.
Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out on a date with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending time one-on-one, time together and getting to know. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know you, little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
Absolutely.
And now, I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. I got rated. Hi there, Cappy, how's your stream? Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog. And a treat.
You can get your swirly dip too. That was
Why
awful.
don't you pick on someone your own size?
No one's that big. Oh, that's what he says. Because I'm literally the biggest person in this school.
No one's that big, man.
There is that horse that Colonel Sander rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? Good Jesus.
You've got some nerve, Arik, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you're so you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I won't give up. Never.
Cue JoJo music.
Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Eric, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What's he doing, complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my...
Delicate.
delicate warm... Oh my god.
Yeah, she went there.
Gooey chocolate sauce.
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, Arik. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Don't wink at me, you tiny devil.
Be gone, Plot!
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel.
I am always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Arik.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa! That's that book? It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger.
Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I don't need memory erasing spells, I'll do this on my own, goddammit. Take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be kinda weird, especially this one. I'm gonna see what happens. Sprinkle stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof. Growl.
I literally see no words.
I see no words either, that's why I just made
Terrence, I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. I can't control it whenever it decides to do this kind of shit.
Yeah, the text box was literally blank for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Same.
It was kind of difficult on my end. The squirrel looks back over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You better not show your chubby cheeks around here, ever.
Yeah, the stream probably saw it fine.
Yeah, the stream saw it fine. I looked over at the stream to see what it said.
After Sprinkles is satisfied by his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone.
Him. I apologize for my outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Arik, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see,
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane? Strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no! You had to show off to your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joanne, J forever. Watch us from a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can't hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panel, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks.
No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Ew.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay? I'm so mad I just smashed a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor! How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me?
Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along.
Her face.
If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special.
A tiny special.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you've completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. Hiccup. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van as opposed to Man and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of the recipe you've been working on. Arik's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
Wonder what happens if you name yourself Colonel Sanders.
There's a lot of him talking to himself.
Arik, what are you doing here?
Meta.
There's still time before the final exam.
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Sounded like Cartman.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious.
You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the timer goes off behind you. I'm gonna save my thing. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing.
I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
That's an oddly specific distance. But you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was pot pie just from the smell?
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie. With an all butter crust.
Food.
And my nose is telling me something else.
Oh no, is it burning?
Haha. No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC.
Actually MSG, but you were close.
No.
Oh. But it'll probably start burning in a second if you don't pull it out.
The moment of truth. Wow.
Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day.
There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. Decide that
Yes,
mac and
murdered.
cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her
Ow.
giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, registered trademark, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. This is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
The thing's about to get extra crispy. Egg wash!
Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
I can't read that.
Best friend, Baster Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Hold on.
Let's rock something.
Yeah.
Rock and roid.
Let's rock and roid.
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
I can't see shit.
Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did he learn to speak English?
I'm sorry.
His face of, you thought I couldn't speak English.
It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Oh.
Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him onto out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out, and is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I would like to see what
You're better
spell.
Than this. You're better than this.
I have made a living off of
I'm
cheating.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I won't tell you what to take.
I'm going to keep my opinions out of this because, yep.
The easy way can
I'm
make it harder.
genuinely. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm genuinely curious on both, honestly.
But it's so difficult to get back here to see what the other reality is.
Save it!
Well, then choose one. We can do it again. On a different day.
this finger-licking adventure.
The problem is it's always going to be the same.
Yeah.
I have magic at my disposal. But
Eric, you've never been one for magic. You pick non-caster classes.
All the time. Every time.
Constantly.
That's a mood.
There's only
Time to
one
MacGyver
caster
it.
class you've ever picked in the entire time I've known you.
Come on, Eric, you can
But I
MacGyver.
can do so much with a utility caster.
I don't think this qualifies for utility.
Fine! You're right. Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees you've chosen to win on your own terms and he gives you a wink from across the room. Fuck off.
I believe in you, Eric.
Yeah.
I hate
Just
this.
encouraging you. All he
I feel
does
like
is
no matter
encourage
what,
you and you
you're gonna
shit
get
on
the
him.
Colonel.
Yeah. Thanks for the
Mood,
follow,
Eric.
Mistles.
Same.
I believe in you, Eric.
Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Eric, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever!
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. What about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cooking time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
That's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's a secret ingredient!
However, she doesn't know that Colonel Sanders made that first ingredient up to throw you off the trail of a secret recipe. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the sport monster.
Steve, what happened to Gorko? You're not supposed to battle me, are you?
We sport monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kinda in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef. Actually, you know, when I was just a little sport pup, back in the old country,
You can feel a Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up,
You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint.
Guys, Steve for Monster Prom.
No!
Yes,
Maybe one day.
I
Tell me.
support this decision.
it's a reference. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up. Summon extra power from deep down within. I can do this. I have what
Plus
it takes.
Ultra.
I came here to win.
What?
Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart's pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for...
Yeah. And
God damn it.
you are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you're powering it up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you've earned his support.
I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches.
He steps up to your station and stands right beside you.
I'm here to help.
All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What happened to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart.
What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel and reveals the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on.
And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting...
Love this.
If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union.
I love this.
Time's up, students.
Your time expired. It's the moment everyone's been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clegg?
From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying!
It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside of the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
Having a bright white background for all the characters and then white text is bad.
They made a choice.
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure.
But how can he leave?
You kids and your
Crawl.
pranks, I must say, is not the worst prank in UCSAL. But it's not exactly your book. Wait a second. Pranks. Pranks! Clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
That's a fun word.
Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects.
I count 5, not 4.
Yes, Arada. Yes, it had been a long semester.
Wow. 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup.
That's a real tiny teacup.
It's real tiny teacup.
It's a
It
real
looks
tiny every
delicious.
fucking thing.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, sprinkles.
It looks like Sprinkles
And
is
some
about to
green-
throw up. Look at it.
And some no. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves I picked myself in the tiniest.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A plus. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam's overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Eric, for helping me to believe in myself.
He
Van
looks
Van,
angry just
you're-
talking to this character.
Now describe your dish.
I made
Oh my
uni
god.
over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with the spines from a second, different colored type of urchin?
Yes, sprinkles. Sorry.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
So he's extra.
You couldn't guess by now.
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
Woof. Woof.
Please be gentle with my cuisine.
Rrr.
Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Ouch. My tongue.
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat earth. I keep poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour?
Don't discount simplicity.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know, yeah. I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish.
Yep.
Yeah,
Turkish
Okay.
delight.
Turkish delight and a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by a sugar glass.
She even made it spin.
Magic, dude.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and might be a display. Meant to be a display piece. Shut the fuck up.
Don't eat the food at a cooking school.
But got
Toast.
toast. Got toast in your ear or something, Eric? I told you, it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And it did an extremely good job of cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating, school of the hungry. ... I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar sculpt
Spiral.
spiral thing and
Because I think you're here. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know high-end
Cuisine.
I know cuisine if it cooked you.
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together.
2 chefs?
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese
Has become something else. Has become something else.
That's a shift. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never
Jesus
tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced.
So he's like 7.
Yep.
Yep.
It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog is in the house.
Oh my god.
I'll rule.
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to fighting the wrongs that they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
What the
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice.
Oh, amusing.
Including that time that I opened a door and you were blown out with the wind?
He is rather skinny.
Well, yeah, but that's the... Okay.
logic
And
is clearly
now
been
that
kicked out this game.
everyone is together.
It's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up in talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to compete in the final exam and accepted your diploma. So we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do
for the school's dean.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Ah, now I get it.
And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such.
Such and such.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal the truth. He's still doing the talking thing! I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What?
I actually feel like I knew this the whole time.
Now that I have returned to... Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time to devote my life to figuring out who you are.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Damn those cherry blossoms. Holy!
Business.
Howdy, classmates!
Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end?
There are many
No, it's
more
not the end.
endings.
As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
Arik, what are you doing sitting all alone?
You know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
I wonder, might you be telling me, what are the qualities that you expect to find in such a lucky person?
He's actually sweating.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. Spicy musk, tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yeah, I'd love to. As you glide across the
is
dance
awkward.
floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders. Hi, I'm me. I'm having to read this shit. Hi, that's Robert. He has to read the other half of this shit. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Arik.
That's sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Could it be? You failed a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? Suppose I could enroll at pastry school.
Oh my dear Arik, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually.
Damn.
And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
But you stole the mashed potato recipe.
And the coleslaw recipe.
And the coleslaw. And the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Also, fun fact. This game came out around the same time the Mac and Cheese Bowl was released at KFC.
Advertisement.
It was full-on advertisement of just that one specific bowl.
Can I just complain the phrase finger licking good was never used?
Maybe in one of the alternates.
There's actually a lot more endings for this damn game than people realize.
Do you
And me.
appreciate what's going on here in the background?
I'm watching it.
I'm
too.
gonna ignore it.
Nope, I'm watching it.
Feels to
It
me
is
like
glorious.
there's...
Mashed potato bowl over the mac and cheese bowl.
Can I die now?
fucking love that shit.
Feels to me like there's really only one end path here.
No, you could have fucked up.
Well, yeah, but, like,
No, there was a couple more.
He used our love to gain our recipes.
exactly.
This is a
Bitch.
beautiful piece of marketing.
It is. It is the best piece of marketing. This is
I
great.
want KFC now.
Exactly. That's the point.
You're so loud, shut the f up!
It's almost as good as marketing.
During
That's crap
this,
when-
Rose was texting me asking if we could order food with DoorDash, and I'm like, no, fucking what?
My town used to have a KFC. Used to.
What happened to it?
Oh, rip
It
Eric.
stopped.
Yeah.
It went back.
Nearest one's an hour away.
Yeah, no, like Colonel Sanders was apparently like nearly broke before he started doing his chain of fucking restaurants. Like he was about to run in the fucking hole.
Do you have a history lesson for us here today?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
That'll be part 2 of the stream.
I may or may not have been looking up shit.
James writes
Just
part
remember
2
the
of
lesson.
Part 2 of the I Love You, Colonel Sanders, the finger licking good dating simulator. James writes an essay.
Nah,
History lesson.
I fucking hated essays.
I don't really think that we're gonna do Colonel Sanders' thing again, just because I feel like...
James reads Colonel Sanders stuff off of Wikipedia.
Jesus Christ. I mean, he can do that while we chat if we have any opinions on what we just experienced, but...
I'm good, thanks.
I want to die.
Why precisely?
We
She
didn't
had
get
to
fucked.
read that.
I'm sad I didn't have time to enter full JoJo mode.
They just didn't come up.
No, I just didn't know that was per character in this.
Ah,
Or I would have been ready.
I told you it was basically Ponyard before we got started, and you were still
picked-
unprepared.
I picked
What the
2
hell?
different voices for 2 characters that had to talk to each other.
and I had to talk an awful lot.
I didn't
I
think
had
the
Pop.
dog. I knew about the dog. I didn't think it was going to talk that much.
It really did.
Dog talks a lot. I had Pop and Sport Monster, the 2 rarest characters to pop up.
So you had plenty of time to get your finger-licking trivia.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at shit.
Eric, you just made
But
me
I'm
hate
good.
you.
It's fine. I accept it.
God damn.
So how was fishing, Eric?
Bad.
What game are you fishing in?
Twilight Princess.
Ah,
It drove me to
Oh my
the
god,
edge.
that shit,
The
that shit was
he was
hilarious.
doing the fishing minigame with the lady and was trying to get all the fish.
He couldn't get the fish to save his life.
The fucking frog lure was just not working with him at all.
what stream's on tomorrow?
Bait and Kaitos.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he's got something new planned, because the normal thing, which is KOTOR, is done. So it's back to Bait and Kaitos unless he picks up something new.
I have to figure out a couple new things to put in, but eh.
I've been wanting to play Monster Prom for a while.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
So is there like a group of 4 that wants to do that? Relatively.
I also have tomorrow off.
Because we can do that tomorrow if there's a call for it. Just tell me which like group of people wants to show up. Not everybody has to. Because I think that somebody mentioned work or something, right?
As long as it's not a super late game.
Well,
All
nine.
of our
Almost
monster
9.
problems ended after midnight. Yeah, all of our monster problems have been after midnight ending.
Yeah, it's depending on how quickly things go and if we sit there and talk or try to blaze through things. They can be pretty
If I
long.
can actually read.
Though I don't. Tomorrow I may be too tired to do anything because we got Savage Worlds tomorrow, and I gotta be up at like fucking 10:30 in the morning. And I didn't go to sleep until 2 this afternoon, and woke up just before stream. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'll let
Cappy
people
says
know.
they'd hop in if allowed. My streams are taking place the same time yours are. Do you have a solution for that?
Any?
Because if not, I'd rather you not stop your thing.
I mean, I don't have work Thursday personally. So
He's not
I'm okay with
asking tomorrow.
I'm cool with doing it.
That's what I'm saying. So tomorrow night I can do it.
Wait. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
have work Thursday, so I don't have a bedtime.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yep. I'm used to my weird schedule of nighttime.
Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday I do D&D. So Friday and Saturday's D&Ds are not going to be taking place in my house more than likely. So
I stay up till ass o'clock in the fucking morning every day most of the time, so I'm always free.
We'll
I
figure
mean-
it out. The one thing about Monster Prom is that, depending on RNGesus, not everybody, like, one or two people can get a whole hell of a lot that they have to read, and everybody else can just sit there and go, well, I'm here to support from the shadows, I guess.
I'm moral support.
But can
Well, that's-
Skeletor get another god?
I've been
I hope
demoted
not.
to one voice.
Skeletor's going to get a third fucking gun, and it's going to do, again, nothing with it.
Oh, I'll go to the shop right away if I'm there.
The gun has betrayed
So
you
we-
each
I
time.
want to fucking go to the shop every fucking day. But
Yeah,
people
get the
keep
cat
taking the
girl.
shop from me.
Get the cat girl.
Yeah.
So I
I
have a
fucked
question.
Damien. I haven't fucked Zoe yet, so that hasn't happened. But
James, shut up. Max trying to talk.
If we do this again, are we gonna keep the same voices, or are we gonna switch it?
We're probably not going to do Sanders again, just because I feel like the only other endings are just different ways to fail.
I meant
it's there's
But
one
Monster
more.
Prom, we can swap voices if you want.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
There's one more way to succeed, I think, in the Colonel Sanders game, and then there's a fuck ton more to fail.
I mean, I
Like
kind of
using
like.
black magic.
No, you fail doing that.
I last time we played Monster Prom, I fucked up Polly so bad, but I kind of like doing the witches.
Well,
You
Or
can continue to
which?
do the witches.
Well, okay.
I'm making the
Dude.
vampire sound like my guy.
To be honest, Polly pulled out her fucking vocabulary last time, and you were not prepared.
No, I was
So
not.
It wasn't necessarily your fault on that.
I can voice whoever.
Okay.
well,
I fucking
I'm-
love your voices, Zoe, though.
She's my comfort zone.
we'll figure it out, though. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, bye bye.
Thanks everybody for thanks everybody for showing up and dealing with this nonsense with me.
Hey,
I hated it.
It's not nonsense. Fuck you.
Yeah,
This
it's
was
kind of
great.
nonsensical.
This was
I
great.
hope you all
Do
have
not
a
insult
but
the
not
finger-licking
disrespect.
chicken.
James, you're garbage.
Yes, I am, and this fucking game is great.
Anyway,
I'm gonna give Colonel Sanders a finger licking good time dating simulator.
God
Yes.
damn it.
Alright, I'll end the stream. Be seeing you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.